school and play there, go ahead and play there. I don't think there's a problem with that. The problem is when you play 3 years in the G League,
right,
and then you're allowed to come back and play college basketball. That's not right. It's not right at all.
No, once you sign a pro contract in a professional league, you're done.
Well, I think once you play, I guess even if you practice with them, like I think that's a sign too, because then you're earning the paycheck, right? You do something to earn the paycheck, then you're on that then you're on that payroll. So I don't know. It's one of the big problems in college athletics.
Gator, what's up?
How are you, Jim?
How are you?
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
I missed it yesterday. Forgot to wish Jim a happy birthday yesterday.
Yeah, that's all right. Sounds like you had a nice day.
Yeah.
You have cookies?
Did I have cookies for my
cookies?
Yeah, I had some cookies for my birthday.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Get pizza?
I didn't. We're going out tonight, though.
Okay.
So have a good time tonight.
You're going out tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, celebrate.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
Carson Anderson coming up next, 97.1.
WGRY in Grayling is a division of Blarney Stone Broadcasting with 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio Network, 101.1 WGRY, powered by Gardner White Furniture in Gaylord. Same owners, same location, all new attitude.
It's time for the Camp Grayling Range Report, your weekly update on training activities at Camp Grayling. News on the ranges, training land, and road closures to keep our community safe and informed. All gates and trails around the 30 complex will be closed Thursday through Saturday. The 40 complex will be closed Sunday for heavy demolition. You may hear some occasional loud booms throughout the day. However, it will be a quiet week in the skies with no A-10 aerial gunnery or bombing. Please prepare for Northern Strike 26-1, also known as Winter Strike, January 26th through the 29th. It's a smaller specialized cold weather exercise with only a few hundred soldiers on the ground, but it's a critical part of the Michigan Army National Guard's readiness program. To clarify specific gate closures, call headquarters at 989-344-6100, 989-344-6100. For a detailed breakdown of roads and trails, plus the latest training videos and photos, follow Camp Grayling on Facebook. Thanks for your continued support of our military. Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake is celebrating Tip-Up Town, offering you 50% off labor on all power sports accessory installs. Book before January 31st. Even if you schedule the work in February, put down a deposit before January 31st and you get 50% off the labor, plus 10% off the accessories themselves. Get 30% off Bell helmets, Fox gear, and Muck-Off cleaning supplies. Save up to $9,000 on selected Kawasaki side-by-sides. And Outdoor Equipment Co. will waive the freight cost on all in-stock KO power sports. It's all happening now at Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake.
Good morning, Northern Michigan. Welcome to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. Rich, we're getting down to the very end of the football season. Some great games this past weekend and two really interesting games on Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt about it, JC. You know, we got the 1 and 2 seeds over in the AFC with Denver and New England. That's going to be played at Denver. You know, unfortunate, of course, for Denver, the Broncos there with Bo Nix, their starting quarterback, breaking his ankle last week. And, you know, he went through all the pressers. You hardly knew he was injured, but got some unfortunate news after the game there. So they're going to, Jared Stidham is going to be the starting quarterback for the Broncos. And then in the late game on Sunday at 6:30, a rematch of the NFC West champs, Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams. They played two really good football games earlier in the season, so they're matching up for the third time this year, and that one should be epic. Matthew Stafford, you know, people were talking this morning about Stafford. Oh, if he wins another Super Bowl and the MVP, he's going to the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, I think he's a Hall of Famer already.
I don't know. You know, Stafford, I agree with you. I don't understand, you know, the static about Stafford to begin with.
Yes.
But because the Lions were so bad for so long that it was his fault, I don't know. The guy took a pounding here, as most Lions fans know. It's hard to believe he's still playing.
Exactly, especially starting off the season with a horrible back.
Yeah.
You didn't know if he was going to be able to play. I don't think he hasn't missed a snap all year.
The bigger question mark really is Sam Darnold, right?
Right. How is he going to play in the biggest moment of his life?
But, you know, somebody pointed out something that I hadn't thought of. So Darnold was in that class, the quarterback class, with Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Who was the first guy taken into? Because Darnold was the second pick taken. The first pick in that draft was a quarterback as well, and I'm trying to remember who that was. If Darnold happens to win this game, he'll be the first one of those classes to be in a Super Bowl. After all the
Is
BS.
that right? Wow.
Yeah.
When you think about it, yeah. Wow, that's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Great redemption story for him, no question, with his
Baker
career.
was the first guy taken in
Okay.
the draft. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Heisman Trophy winner out of Oklahoma. Baker, shake and bake, and think of that quarterback. Wow. But thinking of Darnold, remember how he started his NFL career was against the Lions, beat the Lions, I think, on a Monday Night Football game.
Well, he threw a pick six with the first pick of the game, his first throw ever. And everybody was going crazy at Ford Field, and then the Jets came back
and won it.
Yeah, but that was back in the SOL days.
Yeah, it sure was. Yes, it was. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm completely sold on Darnold. Who'd they beat last week in the playoffs? I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Niners.
It was
a completely depleted Niners team.
Yes.
That they had beaten just 2 weeks prior to that.
Yes.
And especially with losing Kittle and Warner not getting back into that game, the Seahawks should have won that game.
Yeah.
They were 7.5 point favorites to a Niner team that just beat the Eagles. But as you pointed out, Rich. The Rams and the Seahawks know each other quite well.
They sure do. They playing each other twice, now the third time. Both teams have won one game, and I can't believe, knowing how this Seattle defense now has come together and how good it's playing, to think of like Stafford in one of those games just went off. I mean, had a crazy stat line. And Puka Nacua and guys like that, he had over, I think, 200 yards in receiving that one day. And anyway, it was wild to see that. I don't think you're going to see those kind of stats again this game, but I really think it's going to be a great matchup in that last game on Sunday.
That was the 2018 NFL draft. Baker Mayfield went first. Darnold was the third player taken in the draft.
Was Allen the second pick?
No. Allen. Allen was seventh. Lamar was 32nd.
Okay. Wow.
I don't see the order here.
Remember, Josh Allen coming out of Wyoming, he was just an athlete.
Saquon Barkley, the Giants took him second. Remember, people freaked out.
They did, yeah. You don't draft a running back that high.
Yeah.
You do if it's Saquon Barkley.
There's some other good players in that draft. Roquan Smith.
Yeah.
Minka Fitzpatrick. Josh Rosen went in that draft, remember, from UCLA.
Oh, I sure do.
Boy, what a
flamed
washout
out.
that guy was.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Derwin James, Frank Ragnow, your buddy.
Oh yeah. Love Frank Ragnow.
DJ Moore, the wide receiver who's still having it. Calvin Ridley. There's some good players in that draft.
That's a very good draft.
Sony Michel is still playing. Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Shaquille Leonard. Wow.
Jeez.
Cortland Sutton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
he's still guys that are still playing and playing really well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Dallas Goedert.
Yeah,
that's into round two.
Great tight end. Yeah, geez, and overall, that's going through that. It's a pretty darn good draft.
Pretty good draft is right. I mean, unfortunately, Ragnar's out of the league already.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Yeah.
The probably the number one story out of this whole thing is Jarrett Stidham.
It is.
Bo Nix breaking his ankle on a weird play.
Yeah.
But, when you get your foot bent back by a 300-pound guy, you're going to break some bones.
Something's got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give, and it's going to generally be the smaller guy.
Yes, in his bones, and for sure. And it's too bad because he's such a competitor. You like to see him play, and can Jarrett Stidham come in and just not play
He's had
horrible.
a whole week. It's one thing where, like if so much better than if Nix had broken his ankle 5 plays into the
where
game.
he didn't have the number 1 snaps all week, and
Yeah.
you just all of a sudden you're cold. But like you said, you've practiced all week with the ones. That certainly helps.
You've got one of the best offensive coordinator call players in professional football history, in Sean Payton. A great defense.
Yes.
So, and you're playing at home in one of the best home field advantages.
Yes.
God, I do not want to see New England in the Super Bowl already. I don't have. I mean, I like Vrabel. I like Drake May.
I do too. But it just hasn't been long.
When they did that game last week on ESPN Live from there,
right?
It's just the New England Patriot fan base is sickening.
Yeah, they're spoiled beyond belief.
Beyond belief.
I mean, it's just come on, guys. You can't go through a real rebuild. I mean, where you're down.
Well, it's been 5 years.
Oh wow, man, 5.
Wow. Well, yeah. I mean, it's 55 years for the Detroit Lions, if you're counting. It might be even, I think it's more than 55.
Yeah, it is.
But whatever Super Bowl they're on, I think what is this, Super Bowl 59?
Is that what it is?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah,
Something like that. Well, it's 67, do the math. So, 58.
Okay.
But there's not really any precedent for this. The talking heads have been coming up with some, like Nick Foles,
right?
But Foles played a few games.
Yes.
Who was the Giants quarterback? Sims went down.
Yes.
Jeff Hostetler.
Hostetler. Yes.
But he played a few games. One guy that comes back. Do you remember the name Vince Ferragamo?
Oh yeah, back for L.A. Rams.
That's right.
Yes.
He came in early in the season. He was a replacement. I'm trying to remember who the Rams quarterback was. I loved Vince Ferragamo. That was one of my favorite football teams of all time, that Rams team that took the Steelers all the way. Jack, what the hell was
Youngblood?
Jack Youngblood played the Super Bowl with a broken leg.
Yeah.
A broken leg.
No, that guy, he was a man. That dude, that was...
A broken leg.
Yeah. How you like that?
Yeah.
Blue tent?
Yeah. I can't remember. You know what? I remember the quote was, going into that Super Bowl, everybody thought the Rams were going to get their asses beat.
Right.
And Youngblood was quoted as saying after the game, it was, I guess we're not the dogs everybody thought they were, as a reporter, you're like standing 200
Oh, right,
yards
exactly.
away.
I'm like, man, yeah.
Good game, Jack. I'm
exactly.
Go now.
Yeah.
I can't, and nobody else that I have seen can come up with this precedent of somebody having to step in without any.
Right.
He hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And the Earl Morrow thing with Bob Greasy, that was...
He played half the season.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
a cool Super Bowl note, real quick. The graduate of Ferris State University, Sean Smith, is going to be the lead or head referee of the Super Bowl this year. So look at Ferris State. Everything coming up roses for Ferris State.
That is the most obscure thing.
Well, I noticed. That's me.
I thought you'd get. Are you sure has he paddled in the race?
He has not paddled in the race yet, but if I can get a hold of him somehow, I'm going to see if he can.
Get a paddle in that guy's hands right away. There is not. I mean, Foles is probably the closest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Wentz went down in week 13 or 14. It was pretty late into the season.
He was the leading and supposed to win the MVP.
Yeah, he was the presumptive MVP that year. And obviously Foles, nothing like Carson Wentz.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's kudos to Doug Peterson. I don't know why he's not back in the league.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, he's kind of. I thought he was a really good coach.
Yeah, but he was a disaster at Jacksonville.
That's true.
Yeah. And Liam Cohen has been able to turn around
Duval,
Mr. Gorgeous. I don't know what to, the couple of interesting things, and if you pay attention to this a little bit, folks, Stidham was the first guy that Sean Payton brought into Denver because there was all that scuttlebutt that he did not want anything to do with Russell Wilson.
Right.
And he brought in, actually Stidham played, that's the last time he's played. He played the last 3 games for the Broncos when Peyton had finally completely hit the wall with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he had enough. I mean, you could tell their sideline communication.
Well, they hated each other from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know why Peyton was so unenamored of Russell Wilson.
Because Russell is not a bad guy at all, but I think he was got a prima donna type package earlier on with their prior head coach.
He was the Walter Payton man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good person, but Sean Payton's
a little prickly.
Oh, absolutely. You catch him with the wrong question or something like that, he would just, exactly. But he's paying them like $12 million a year, so I mean, he really likes them.
Well, a lot of backups have rescued football seasons for teams, and a lot of teams have gone right down the pooper.
That's right.
With it when the starting quarterback goes down. So
with that kind of defense, again, you just can't turn it over a bunch of times.
Yeah, the biggest problem that I see for Denver, I mean, they're going to certainly try to run the football.
Yeah.
What's his name? The running back from Ohio State that's had a great beginning of the year, has not come back. So I don't even know who their starting tailback is in Denver. But they're going to need to run the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they have to run the ball. And he's got a pretty good offensive line there. So I think I think if they can run the ball against, but of course, that's exactly what those guys, the Patriots, are certainly practicing this week. They know what Denver's going to need to do offensively to keep the ball away from Drake May.
I mean, that's J.K. Dobbins.
He's
listed on practice report for the AFC Championship game. So
really,
yeah,
he's been hurt so much.
Yeah, he's a good back.
He's a really good back, and
R.J. Harvey is the guy that's been running the ball for them the second half of the season.
Okay,
yeah. Hopes for a playoff return, ultimately missing the divisional round. I don't know. Jaleel McLaughlin and Tyler Batty are the other two backs.
They just roll right off the tongue, and you know exactly who they are.
Yeah, if you could tell me what university either of these gentlemen played for, and I'll give you a Q100 T-shirt.
That's right. Didn't even know they were in the NFL.
Yeah, there you go. So, but the other thing that might be interesting, and I'm coming up with this on my own. I haven't heard this. What you just said, how different is the offense going to be? Like, there is no tape on Stidham.
Yeah.
So you got Vrabel and the defensive staff has got to they're going to try to run the football, or they're going to try to throw easy passes and everything else. But you're talking about Sean Payton,
right?
With a week with this guy, and just how many new plays and stuff are going to be installed.
Yeah. Watch him come out and start flinging it all over the field, and then so that defense is looking over to the sideline and go, what is going on here?
Well,
that would be funny, but entertaining wise.
But you don't want to put your defense in a bad spot, but with turnovers and things like that.
Oh, exactly.
And, can Denver do to New England what Houston did to New England? The only reason why New England won that football game is because C.J. Stroud. I could have played better.
Oh, that was brutal to watch. Those turnovers.
So many turnovers. But then, and then he makes some great throws.
Oh,
yeah. Psychotic.
I know it. Yeah.
Jameis Winston on meth.
Yeah. It was just, I mean, you put your team in such a hole in that first half with 4 turnovers, and then, you come back, and he's got the ability. But there's just times when it's just like he's got that haywire gene, and because he seems like a really good kid. Yep. I hate to see it, and I know where he played, his college ball, all of that, but I still, I kind of was hoping he'd play better, but
yeah, well, I kind of wanted New England, Houston to go to the Super Bowl,
right?
But, I don't know if that offense ever really recovered from Mixon not playing this year,
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
that guy is a great running back.
He is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Houston's got to figure out the C.J. Stroud
They do.
question.
He's going into his 5th year. Don't sign him to a big contract right now.
No, they don't have to. They
Play,
got they
play
got
that
one more
5th
year to
year
figure it
out,
out.
and let's
Yep.
see if he gets it fixed.
But I mean, a defense that really
It's championship level right now. So if offensively they just get a couple of pieces and take care of the ball, they're right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We got some messages from our very fine partners. When we come back, we will be on the telephone with the great Paul Woods, the color analyst for the Detroit Red Wings. This is his 40th and final year.
It is his final. The
year.
great Paul Woods.
I taught the great Paul Woods. So we'll be back after that. We'll also be checking in with the subdued and laid-back Kevin Klein with Destination NHL right after these on Up North Sports Radio.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations for the 6th annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th. This commemorative edition honors women leading change and shaping a sustainable future. Nominate a woman, past or present, for their chance to be honored with a feature profile in this annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th at record-eagle.com/NMI Women. Record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
Does your home interior need something new for the brand new year? The first of the year can be a little nerve-wracking with Christmas bills coming in. But at Gardner White Furniture, you can get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now. They offer an in-store credit card and many different 0% interest plans. Let Gardner White Furniture help you redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord, same owners, same location, all new attitude.
Hi, this is Don Keller, Executive Vice President and National Sales Director at Blue & Associates. We are one of the nation's premier providers of environmental, engineering, energy, and survey assessments, located across all 50 states and even a local office right here in northern Michigan. I have been providing environmental services for over 25 years, and I've succeeded in cleaning up contaminated sites of all kinds. Blue & Associates, cleaning up Michigan and America one site at a time. Visit us at blueinc.com, spelled BLEWINC.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose while the winter wind blows? McLean's Ace Hardware in Grayling has everything you need to protect those pipes and melt that ice. Keeping driveways and sidewalks clear is a constant battle. McLean's can arm you in the fight with snow blowers and shovels. And top off your efforts with McLean's Roof Melts to protect your roof from ice buildup and expensive damage. McLean's Ace Hardware in Grayling. Get in, get out, get on with your winter fun.
No one loves high school sports more than Up North Sports Radio. Tune in to Northern Michigan High School Sports Scoreboard Show every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with me, Rich Calkins. Stay up on all of the Michigan high school sports you love. Brought to you in part by Jim Wernick GMC in Gaylord, dedicated to the best customer service and best offers. WernickGMC.com. 101.1 WGRY, Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off. It's time for Destination NHL. Jerry Coyne on the phone with Kevin Klein. Kev, what have you got mapped out for our travels to follow our beloved Red Wings?
Well, first of all, how about we just get out of town right now and go someplace warm? I mean, I can't believe this cold, but hey, that's what it's all about. So when we talk about travel coming up, you've got some great places to go. Well, Colorado is the next big one, I think, on the calendar.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about that last week. It'd be in the 480s. It's now 517. So, again, plan early. Ottawa coming up in February is 406. So that's pretty hot. I mean, again, We usually talk about those being in the $1,000 range. So
right on.
That's hot.
Yep.
Carolina's $485, Nashville's $497, and then New Jersey in March. So this is the one to plan ahead for.
Right.
$249. So hot stuff going on there. Tampa in March, $277. So some great things happening on some of the trips coming up.
Well, yeah, you want to book that Tampa trip. That's spring break-ish.
Yeah,
and
of course, just before the big spring break push.
So you get down there, get some warm weather, as you pointed out, and a little Red Wing action. And, oh, by the way, Tampa and the Red Wings are Indy 500ing each other every game. So it's
going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. I know we just got a point last night, but why do we keep playing overtime? I'm getting tired. We got to just blow out and win it right out. I think we've seen so many overtime games here.
Little whiny there, Kev.
I know. I'm trying to put. Let's just win. Let's just win.
Hey, right after that Lightning game, I don't know if you looked up Dallas is probably going to be fairly nice in March 14th. That's the game after that.
The Dallas is 504.
Oh, okay. Well, then you want to get back down to Tampa.
You want to stay in the Tampa area. That's where you want to go. So, I think the hot thing coming up, you got the Avalanche, you got Tampa. So, we got to keep our winning streak going. We got to get back and make that happen.
Okay, so just switching gears very briefly, as you mentioned, 2 degrees today, 8 degrees tomorrow. Can I get on? And can I just, show up with a satchel and jump on one of the direct flights today or tomorrow on Allegiant?
Yes, they're here waiting for you to make that happen. You can jump, and you got good prices today, tomorrow. Hitting $300 round trip for a last minute ticket to stay a week down in Florida. And the best part about it is when it's nonstop, you fly over top of all that crap that's hitting the middle of the country and heading up the East Coast. You just fly right over it nonstop, land in Florida, and the warmth begins.
There you go. Well, thanks for taking your time out. And which flight are you jumping on, Kev?
The next one I can grab. Probably Punta Gorda, you got Orlando, Tampa, St. Pete. You got them all. Fort Lauderdale will be coming up here in February, going through our spring break time. So you have pretty much your choice of anywhere to go in Florida.
There you go. Kevin Klein with Destination NHL. Going to have to start looking at that Piston schedule too there, Kev.
All right, we'll do.
All right. Talk to you then.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, let's get the hell out of here, Rich.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Right now would be the perfect time, but also plan ahead. And like you said, there's great rates to be had.
Well, yeah, the Allegiant fares, $300. You look between now and spring break, and you can find some of those round trippers to some of those warm weather locations down in Florida for in the $200 range.
Yes.
And I'm all for it. I'll just put it that way. Speaking of the Pistons, they won another game they played the Pelicans.
Right.
But without Cade.
Without Cade?
They've won 5 games without Cade this year.
It really shows the depth of this team this year. Excuse me. But, this team has really, just the way they have jumped out, they have a 5.5 game lead over Boston now.
Yeah.
That's just wild. I mean.
Yeah, they play Houston tonight on Up North Sports Radio.
And Houston's coming off a loss.
They're coming off a loss. It's not clear whether Cade will play or not.
Yeah, what illness was the?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It could be that flu.
Yeah. But yeah, these are the games. The Houston's, those good matchups are the games you'd love to see him play. But he's got to be.
Yeah, they've got Houston today, and then they play the Kings on Sunday. The Kings are so-so.
Right.
So, but then they flip around on Tuesday. They play Denver and Phoenix and the Warriors.
Okay.
Now, Phoenix gave them some problems without Devin Booker.
Right, yes, they did.
They're an interesting team.
They're 10 games over 500.
They're getting, a lot of people are, the one thing they're looking at the Pistons and going, well, they haven't played OKC yet, which
True.
they haven't. They don't actually play Oklahoma City until after the trade line both times. But the games are super late. Like, they're going to play the Nuggets, who are fantastic, but Jokic is not going to play in this game.
Yeah.
Coming up.
And if you haven't heard, he's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. It's just really hard to judge where the Pistons are. You take a look at the schedule. They play the Knicks a couple of times. The Knicks are,
Holy cow.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's not surprising that they turned around and beat, after losing 6 of 8. They had a players-only meeting, and the infamous players-only meeting,
and then stomped the guts out of the Nets.
Yeah,
you
who
fully
stink.
They're bad.
Yeah, the Nets are tanking. There's a few teams that are tanking. This incoming NBA draft, they are projecting to be one of the best.
Some pretty good talent coming
Well, we'll
through.
find out.
In theory.
Did you ever think Cooper Flagg would be this good this early?
I thought he would have some initial struggles.
He can't have a cocktail for another 3 years. And he's dominating. I mean, Steph Curry, last night they lost to Dallas pretty significantly last night. Curry's like, I can't, but this kid is unbelievable.
Because they're playing without Davis. They're playing, you know what I mean?
He's white.
As the snow outside.
Steph Curry did not say that. I said
No, JC just added that part.
I just added that. And he's not European.
No, he's not. He's
No,
an American-born
He plays like an American. He can put it on the floor. He can shoot. He can run. He's smart.
Any challenge you put in front of this kid, he takes it on and learns how to play. And he's
not he's not an a-hole.
And he's not like, it's all about me.
No,
he's about the team. Because some nights his stat line isn't overwhelming because he was distributing the rock. He'll have 14 assists. He'll rebound. He does all the right things. He is a consummate basketball
the Pistons
player.
Do not really actually play anybody that I think you can get a great read on them. Unless the Knicks make a deal for Giannis or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
that's
change.
brewing around out there. That would change the Knicks significantly.
Yes.
But really, like I said, I don't think the Pistons play the Nuggets coming up here on Tuesday, and then again on February 3rd. I don't think the Joker will be back then. So legitimately, when you look at the Pistons schedule, they don't play a team that I would say, like, okay, let's see how they play against the Spurs.
A true measuring stick.
That's February 23rd. They play the Spurs on February 23rd. They play the Thunder on the 25th.
Okay, that's a whole month away.
And then they play the Cavs back-to-back, who are getting better now.
They are. They're winning some ball games.
They're getting healthy.
They're 7-3. Yeah. They're 6-4 in their last 10.
Yeah, and the NBA trade deadline will be over by then. So, obviously a lot of things can happen injury-wise or whatever. But from my somewhat knowledgeable point of view, I think I don't see much happening to the Pistons' fortunes until that happens.
Right, yeah, exactly. Because we all, we're all watching and still like kind of in disbelief, like how good they're playing, even without Cade Cunningham. And so it's like you really, like you said, these measuring stick games that against, that are good teams, those are the games that really draw your interest.
I was texting with my son a couple of days ago, and when you hear all these trade rumors on 97.1 The Ticket, and that's whenever anybody, that's the two conversations everybody's having. Wow, the Pistons are really good. Who do you put on the team?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to trade Tobias Harris.
He's
really good.
He's playing really well right now after that injury he had and missed some games, and all of a sudden he's like, dang, this Tobias works really well.
Yeah, so, Trajan Langdon is not in the easiest of spots.
That's for sure.
But this, how much of an anomaly is this? Because with Halliburton out for the year, and there's some talk that Jason Tatum might come back before the the playoffs for Boston. What's that going to look like? Achilles and basketball.
Yeah,
it's not it's way different for football than it is for
way
basketball.
different for sure.
Yeah,
the amount of cutting you need, and there's a whole lot more stress on it on the hard court.
100%. All right, we're going to head to a break, and I'm going to get Paul Woods on the phone, so we'll have somebody that actually knows something about hockey.
So listen in.
Here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, outdoor enthusiast and your host. We've got a busy one out there. If you're heading up to the UP, conditions are sitting at good to excellent. But here in the northern lower, we're looking at a bit of a mixed bag. Across Crawford and Roscommon counties, groomers have been working overtime. Snow has been falling, so you'll find good riding, but keep your eyes peeled. The base is still a bit thin in spots, and those high-traffic corners are getting icy and showing some snert by midday. This weekend, the 76th annual Tip Up Town USA is kicking in at Houghton Lake. Expect heavy sled and ORV traffic and plenty of action on the lake. Remember, know before you go that some designated snowmobile trails are currently closed to wheeled vehicles, but the routes are open, so you should be expecting mixed traffic. Watch out for active logging on Trail 4 near Gaylord and some washouts on the Freedom. And a big heads up for those thinking about hitting the ice on Houghton Lake. Temperatures have been fluctuating, so please check ice thickness yourself and stay away from those inlets and outlets. Respect all of your fellow riders, ride safe, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression. And visit us at upnorthsportsradio.com to keep up with what's going on in the trails.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Toro, count on it.
Outdoor Equipment Co. is more than just a dealership. They're a local family-owned company with 3 locations across Michigan, carrying the top brands in power sports, marine, and outdoor equipment like Tahoe Pontoon, Kawasaki, Toro, and more. Whether you're shopping for a new unit or you need parts, service, or warranty work, you need to see the experts at Outdoor Equipment Co., Michigan's trusted source for sales, service, and parts. For the Outdoor Equipment Co. location nearest you, head to OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Does your home interior need something new for the brand new year? The first of the year can be a little nerve-wracking with Christmas bills coming in. But at Gardner White Furniture, you can get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now. They offer an in-store credit card and many different 0% interest plans. Let Gardner White Furniture help you redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord, same owners, same location, all new attitude. The Kalkaska Kings bring professional hockey to your own backyard. All the hockey excitement, skating, the goals, and the hits for a fraction of the price of the NHL. At the nearby Kalkaska Coliseum, just $10 or $5 for seniors and students. The Kalkaska Kings are leading the league, so cheer them on this winter at the cozy Coliseum. Check out the Kalkaska Kings on Facebook for the schedule, scores, and stats. See you rinkside at the Coliseum for Kalkaska Kings action.
There you go. Paul Woods joining us on the phone here on Up North Sports Radio. Hey, Paul, I saw a Kalkaska Kings game. I think you could still play.
I don't know, Jerry. Take a miracle. Take a whole lot of praying, but I'll tell you what, I like the way you think.
Paul, what is it with the Wings and every game? You know, we just had Kevin Klein on from the airport. Like, do we have to play every game? Is that part of our contract to go into overtime now?
You know, it's the entire league, Jerry. It's just amazing. Like, the parity in the league, it's something else. Like, every team you play has a chance to win each game, and it's really, really healthy for the NHL and the fan base. But, yeah, it's plenty of excitement, and we lost one last night. Usually we come out in the right end of those overtime games, but not yesterday.
Yeah, hey, Paul, Rich here, and I was really surprised, Paul, with the game going into overtime in Toronto and with the energy the Wings had the next night, which was last night, in that first period.
Yeah, Rich, they really they've matured as a team. They've really become good now. They know what they need to do, and Todd McClellan's explained it well to them and holds them accountable. And yeah, they only have little lapses. I mean, you can't play a perfect game; it doesn't work like that. But they're much more tenacious now when they don't have the puck. So they've got the ability to go get it back and start to turn things around a little bit inside the course of the game, not waiting for the next game. So yeah, they made vast improvements. They're a much better team.
But it was kind of obvious as the game wore on, they really missed Edvinsson.
Yeah, that's for sure, Jerry. And it's a fragile existence. Like right now, we're first overall in the Atlantic Division, but we're 1 point ahead of Tampa Bay. They've got games in hand, but it can change quickly, and injuries are a big part of it. So
yeah,
we're hoping with Simon he's able to come back and play tomorrow against the Jets.
Okay. Hey, Paul, Jerry and I talk all the time. One of the pieces we'd love to see, if they could, is add a little more physicality on this team. Do you think that's a possibility at the trade deadline?
Yeah, I think so too. And I think back on the blue line, I think the top pair is probably the best top pair in the NHL with Seider and Edvinsson, and they're so young. Like it's 24 for Moritz and 22 for Simon. And to be that good at that young, it bodes well. But if we can get that second pair going, like Ben Sherratt quietly's had a really good year, and they just keep rotating different guys to play with him. But I think if we can find a guy to play there. But yeah, I'm with you there. I think big, strong, heavy guys, no penalties, block shots.
A few minutes.
Our offense is real good now. We've got a good offensive team. Just got to get a little bit better defensively to go with that great goaltending, and then we're a dangerous team.
Paul, out of the clear blue, somebody that you and I talked about for a minute yesterday on the phone, do you recognize this voice?
Paul Woods, how you doing, pal? Good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you too.
Yeah, good. I mean, hear your voice. I saw Paul a week or so ago at the ceremony raising Sergei's number, and it was a pretty special night. But it was really, really good to catch up with old friends in the press box. Paul Woods and Ken Kell being a couple of them for sure.
Yeah,
we go back a long
way, don't we?
Nothing good memory.
You betcha. What about this hockey team, man?
Yeah, they're good, Keith. They just, like I say, it's not a fluke, and it's like we've had good stretches before, but then we couldn't maintain it. But we've got to figure it out now. Like our fourth line now has become like a weapon instead of being a liability.
Yep. James Van Riemsdyk.
Yep.
He's good.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
Well,
but to me, and there's a lot of different factors, but DeBrincat improving his overall game. He's starting to back check, and not that he's physical, but he just looks way more. He doesn't take shifts off, and that seemed to be a big problem for him, Paul.
Yeah, he's become a good leader. He's a big part of it right now, and then that magic between him and Kane, there's just something about it. Like they understand each other, what they're going to do in certain situations.
Yep.
But Alex has really become, and I think U.S., it depends on these injuries and stuff too. But if there is another injury, he's definitely on the radar for playing for Team USA.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he didn't make the team.
Although that's one of the things I worry about down the stretch here is Dylan Larkin will be playing a big role for the American team, but you got Mo Seider for the Germans and Lucas Raymond for the Swedes. The one thing that stands out for me this season, they've been pretty lucky with injuries. They haven't had a lot of injuries. They've been healthy all year long. They've been getting stops. They've been getting, I think Todd McClellan has made a difference. But they've got to stay injury-free or close to it to have a little playoffs this spring.
Yeah, and those guys going to the Olympics too. I mean, you're playing at such a high level.
Yes.
With the best players around the world, so it's even more stressful. So when they come back out of that, again, they got to go right back into the regular season and start playing again. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, and you just got to hope for the best.
Yeah, but I mean, every team's in the same boat. All the teams that they're competing with have got guys going over, except for the Russians. All the Russians are.
That's right. That's right.
They're heading to the Caribbean for a few weeks.
Anytime you get most political leaders involved, bad things usually seem to happen.
Isn't that true?
Those guys got nothing to do with anything that's going on in the world order. I mean, they should be playing in the Olympics for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Keith, I asked Paul yesterday when I was setting this up. There's some talk that Panarin might end up on this Red Wing team. Paul didn't think so.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not. I don't think he's the answer. I mean, sure, they could. Anytime you can pick up a goal scorer like that, that's great. But he's kind of a one-dimensional player. They don't need those. He's
still pretty physical,
Yeah.
too, and I'm just that's the talk on.
If they're going for broke, I'd look at a center that seems to be available. They're talking about in New York named Trocheck, Vincent Trocheck, hell of a player. A second line center. Somebody like that will help this team, but I'm not sure that they need a whole lot of help at the deadline.
Well, we'd like to see a little bit more physical.
There you go. There you go. If they could pick up a guy who makes you look over your shoulder a little bit.
Joey Kocur available.
Wouldn't that be a guy? A guy like that, or Darren McCarty, or like that. They absolutely need that because
there's not a liability on the ice that can still be a player.
Yes.
And not just a threat.
Paul, don't you think the other teams are taking liberties with guys like Dylan Larkin and DeBrincat and Lucas Raymond is taking a beating out there
because they're not very big.
Yeah, it's a factor for sure. I'm more like lower tier guys and not much money. Like they're going to play against Winnipeg tomorrow. There's a kid named Logan Stanley. He's
right.
6'7". I think he makes like about $1.5 million a year. So it's never going to hurt you as far as that way there. But he's big. He's tough. He punched Kachuk on the head the other night there. When
I like that. I love that. I love that.
Where do we sign him up?
Hey, I like Kachuk.
Oh, I do too.
He's good. And then you got Tyler Myers is another guy that can play. He's 6'7", and he can be nasty if he wants to be. And but guys like that, you're not extending them and you're not giving them long-term contracts.
Right.
I think that's better for us. But I think they will do something. But my mind and. Everyone's got their opinion, but I think it's on the blue line when we need to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The drop off between the first two guys and the rest of the defense is now staggering. And
Paul, we're seeing the beginning of something I think really special with Simon Edvinsson. Where do you see his ceiling down the stretch in a year or two or three?
Well, I've been saying it since the start of the year. I said, this is going to end up being the best defensive pair in the NHL.
Yes.
And the reason why, when you got Zach Werenski and you got Cale Makar and you got these great defensemen, and Quinn Hughes we saw last night.
Yep.
But one thing about these guys can do is they can do the power play, they handle the offensive part of it, but they're our most physical players.
Right.
So that's what makes these guys so special. So it's him and Seider again. Like I say, that they're still so young, 24 and 22 years of age.
Yep.
So it's really going to be something as it continues down. But yet, two very, very important players on the team.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Fun to watch this team.
But the most fun thing, though, really is, and Paul pointed it out in the very beginning, how competitive the Eastern Conference.
Oh, the Atlantic Division.
What is 7 points separating the Wings from the last wild card?
First place to not even making the playoffs.
You go in a 3 or 4 game losing streak and you're looking up at the pack again.
Yes.
So,
but I mean, or the inverse. I mean, Tampa won 11 games in a row, and now here they are, and it's kind of depressing.
But, guys, just the other thing, too, though, just what you said earlier about the injuries and stuff, and this is why I say I'll never count them out. The Florida Panthers, any team, just imagine when you lost Matthew Tkachuk, Brad Marchand, he's still out, Seth Jones is out back on the blue line, Alexander Barkov, those are your 4 best players.
Yes.
Take the 4 best players off any team in the NHL, they can't win.
That's right.
For Florida even to be still involved in the race, and they're going to get these guys back now.
Yep. Well, they're not going to get Barkov back.
I tell you, do not count the Florida Panthers. And again, they understand how to play, how to win games. They've figured it out. Wings are on the threshold now. We're starting to figure it out.
Yep.
But they actually know how to do it.
Yep.
And they've got the switch. They can hit the switch and start playing a certain way, and then all of a sudden they're unbeatable.
I completely agree.
And they're still 6 games over 500 with all those injuries, Paul.
Can't let Paul go without pointing out that this is going to be his last year on the radio.
Yep.
40 years of outstanding commentary for the Red Wings. Now, I said to Paul, I said, wouldn't it be great if you go out on a Red Wing Stanley Cup? And Paul, I didn't add this. He goes, no, Jared. Is it what if it's an avalanche?
Wouldn't that be something? I agree. I love listening to Paul on the radio, whether it's over a beer in a bar after a game or listening to him on the radio. Every conversation I have with Paul, I learn something about hockey. I really appreciate that. But I also want to point out that we're also talking to a former player who had a hell of a career. He's a former captain of the Detroit Red Wings, by the way, a player in a pretty tough time for the Red Wings. But he was the guy that Ken Dryden pointed out when he wrote about the greatest hockey book of all time, The Game, said, watch out for that guy, Paul Woods in Detroit. He's a hard guy to play against. And that's what I love about this guy.
He's the skinniest captain the Red Wings ever had.
I appreciate all the comments, guys. Thank you very much. And it's amazing how time goes by, though. I remember when I first went to Sault Ste. Marie and played for the Greyhounds, and when I was 17. It was 1972, and I walked on there and made that team. And then, it just kept I kept heading in the right direction, I guess, the best way to describe it, and ended up getting my childhood dream of playing in the NHL. So it's been a great run.
Yeah, Paul, it's been a real pleasure. We're going to have you on again, but before the end of the year.
Anytime, guys. It's always a pleasure for me to talk to you. I just really enjoy it. So thanks so very much.
We love you, Paul. Thank you.
All right, enjoy balmy Winnipeg.
I'll be up there for canoe race this year.
All right, yes, we'll see you there. You and Blahad makes for a great time.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
It's so funny. So I called Paul yesterday. I forgot that they were playing in Minnesota tonight. I thought they were off until the Winnipeg game. And
last night
they played last night.
And we start talking for a minute, and then boom, he launches right into everything. How's Cheryl? Oh, by the way, Jerry, Simon Evans has really turned into
Yeah.
Why isn't he? Where is he from? Shouldn't he be in the Olympics?
Edmondson? I think he is. Or with Sweden.
Is he?
Sweden is that?
I thought it was only Larkin, Raymond, and.
Larkin, Raymond, and Sider.
Yeah, I didn't. Maybe I've.
I got to look at the Swedish roster again. But if he's not on, they have a hell of a defense.
I was going to say they're in really good shape.
And they do. That's one of the teams that could very well win the gold. They're a good team.
Yeah, but the biggest thing that Paul, we didn't even mention it here. The biggest change in this team is how Gibson is all of a sudden playing lights out goalie, and it just changes everything.
They're getting
else.
saves.
Yeah.
They're getting saves. That's ask anybody in hockey. We need a save.
Well, that was the Toronto game.
That's right.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
6 or he was getting peppered.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And there's the difference. I mean, it's been a revolving door in goals since Yzerman got here. He's tried everything, and he finally.
Well, it looked like a disaster. I mean, when he first
in October it did. He got pulled his first game. And like, oh no, here we go again. But the guy he's a good goaltender. He got his game together, and look at his numbers. Seriously, this guy's a Vezina Trophy candidate as the best goaltender in the league. Wow. He's a serious Vezina Trophy candidate right now. What he's done in December and January, look at his numbers. It's stunning.
Yeah, he's got like a 9.5 goals against.
He's the best goaltender in the league since December 1st.
And it just lifts the confidence of the whole team. The whole team looks better and they play more confident.
And I got to say this: I really think that that Todd McClellan deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah,
and he deserves some votes for Coach of the Year. Getting this team, if they finish first in this division, he's Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, there's a lot of ifs.
Oh, but no question about it. You're right. But, he's got the bar held high. You notice about this team that I like a lot, they don't have two stinkers in a row. If they have one game where they don't play very well, they're there the next night.
Well, when's the last time they played poorly? I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
But that does point out to Gibson. Not only, like you said, he's making a ton of saves, but it makes the whole team play a little bit freer.
Absolutely right. You're not worried about making a mistake that's going to wind up in your net because guys can sort of relax and play their game a little bit. That makes a tremendous difference. Yeah.
I just want more 3-on-3 hockey. I think
Oh my gosh,
I think the
that's
whole
so
third period
fun.
should go
to 3-on-3.
I was thinking about this during a whiteout on 75 when I was coming up here. But, Dylan Larkin scored the other night in overtime.
Yes.
He's tied with Sergei Fedorov for the most
25 overtime.
whatever the number is.
I think it is.
And somebody says, well, how cool is that? He said, look, you got to put an asterisk next to that.
Yeah.
He said, if Sergei Fedorov played 3-on-3 hockey, there'd be a number we couldn't catch.
Yeah.
Now, and that got me to thinking, imagine 3-on-3 hockey in Detroit with Steve Yzerman, Sergei Fedorov, and Nick Lidstrom on the ice. Imagine that.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun to watch now,
Yeah.
but imagine it with
Hey,
three.
with AI out there, I think we can
could
create
probably
that.
do
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Keith.
Or just only having 2 officials on the ice,
Or that.
or
Oh,
going back to what your and I's old debate is, if hockey was played, the NHLs had played it on Olympic ice.
Yes, bigger. You saw
You see what's going on in Milan, right? They're actually playing on a smaller
I saw
surface.
that, yeah.
what they made the rink too small.
4 feet shorter.
How can that be?
It's dumb as
Who's
hell.
in charge?
Guys, I got to get to the hospital for some labs for my surgery on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
I just want to pop in and say hello.
It
Thrilled.
was a shocker. In fact, I was going to call you, and then I called Woods.
Good.
We got your vote.
You made the better call.
I got your vote.
But we got all of us. Yeah, it was fun
Yeah,
to do.
cool.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Best of
luck
Thanks
with
a
the
lot,
hip.
man. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Tuesday, new hip.
Yeah, new
Oh,
hip.
excellent. All right, join the team, buddy.
Titanium.
Yeah.
Changes
I
in
got-
the Titanium Man.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
Both of them.
They work great. buddy.
hear, man.
All right.
Take care, guys.
All right, Keith. See you, bud.
All right, we will be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com and Munson Hospital.
The snow is flying and the chill is in the air. Find a new winter hobby that'll have you breathing in all that fresh air in Bel Air. Super Sundays at Shush Mountain are the day for slope junkies. Not only do you get a lift ticket and rental equipment, but you can also take advantage of a large group lesson with stations covering the core basics of skiing and snowboarding for just $60. It's the ultimate package. Come join in on all the fun on Shush Mountain at Shanty Creek Resort, shantycreek.com.
The Traverse City Record Eagle wants your nominations for the 6th annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th. This commemorative edition honors women leading change and shaping a sustainable future. Nominate a woman, past or present, for their chance to be honored with a feature profile in this annual Women's History Month publication. Nominate now through January 28th at record-eagle.com/NMI Women. Record-eagle.com/NMI Women.
Does your home interior need something new for the brand new year? The first of the year can be a little nerve-wracking with Christmas bills coming in. But at Gardner White Furniture, you can get the financial flexibility you need to update your home now. They offer an in-store credit card and many different 0% interest plans. Let Gardner White Furniture help you redecorate now and pay over time. Visit your friendly Gaylord Gardner White Furniture store for all the details. On M32 in Gaylord, same owners, same location, all new attitude.
One of the biggest decisions in life is to buy or sell a home. Choosing the team at Statewide Real Estate in Mile will be one of the best decisions you can make. For more than 45 years, Statewide Real Estate has been providing exceptional service and expertise to homeowners across northern Michigan. Buying, selling, or looking for a free market analysis? Contact the 4 full-time agents at Statewide Real Estate in Mile. Statewidemile.com. Statewide Real Estate at the stoplight at M33 and M72 in Mile.
Get fired up with Detroit Pistons basketball.
Brought to you in part by Roscommon Auto Recyclers on East Federal Highway. RoscommonAutoRecyclers.com.
Detroit Pistons basketball right here on 101.1 WGRY, Up North Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Rich, even though it's cold out and there's whiteout conditions, that makes for fantastic conditions at Shush Mountain. 100% of the terrain and lifts will be open.
Yes.
You also have got Ivans in the different places, so when you want to
hang out,
just get off the slopes and get warm in front of a fire before you head back out. The Super Sunday deals is what Lindsay wanted me to point out. $60 gets you a lift ticket, rentals, in a mini lesson station at Every Magic Carpet Every Sunday, beginning at noon, the lift ticket cost alone is a deal, and then you add in the rentals and a little lesson to keep you updated, and it makes for a tremendous experience that you can only find at Shanty Creek.
That is a bargain.
Of course, the Rich just never lose the breakfast buffet.
That's
Didn't you
right.
actually? The legend is that you stared down the buffet server until they brought out more bacon.
Yeah, he knew exactly. They said all you can eat, and I take that
I'm
literal.
not done eating.
Yeah, and skiers love snowboarders. They love nothing more than fresh, powdery snow, and we're getting it right now by the boat.
Oh God, 3 inches of powder every day.
Yeah, so it's just
and you
great
know the funny
conditions.
thing is, my daughter lives in Colorado.
Mhm.
She and her husband are big outdoors people. They have a place in Winter Park. No snow.
Really?
There's no snow. I mean, there's enough a little dusting to make the
Right.
mountains look that, but you can't ski on it.
My brother lives just to the northwest of them in Green River, Wyoming, and in mid-January, his birthday's January 15th. He was out with the short sleeve shirt in his driveway.
Yeah,
no snow, no nothing.
No,
there
it's
for
been
them.
it's been wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing, team that we haven't talked about, University of Michigan, they play tonight.
Yes, they do. A matchup, Ohio State.
Ohio State Buckeyes. Michigan is well worth the watch. You will not hear that game here on the radio because the Pistons will be on tonight.
Yeah.
But Michigan is heading. They should handle Ohio State.
Agreed.
It's at home. But Tuesday they play Nebraska.
Nebraska, that's the matchup
Yeah.
that everybody's waiting for.
Nebraska is no joke, folks. They beat Michigan State already.
Yep.
They are undefeated. They are 17-0, and I don't know who they play. I
And they've got a good. Hoiberg is a really good coach.
Good coach.
Yeah,
Coached
Yep.
in the NBA
Yeah.
for what little while, and
Is that at where is that?
It's at U of M.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll have a great crowd there at Chrysler Arena.
They will. I'm going to the UCLA game there in February.
Okay.
My Bruins coming back into. They're playing okay.
Yeah. They didn't play well for a little bit, but then coach got on them a little bit, and they came out that next game and played really well.
Yeah,
Really
so
well.
I knew Nebraska is on the road to Minnesota tomorrow, but they are visiting Michigan as well. So they got
Okay.
Michigan's got they played a lot of home games.
Yeah.
But Michigan's got it coming up. This is the stretch where you're going to figure out if this team is really good or
Mhm.
not, because. Not only do they have, like we said, Ohio State and then Nebraska on Tuesday, you've got Michigan State then a week from tonight. That's at Spartyland.
Nice. On a Friday night, you said? Oh, yeah.
They got Purdue coming up February 17th. That's at Purdue. And then right after that, they've got Duke
Okay.
on a neutral site court. And Illinois, who's ranked, and Michigan State at the end. So this is a backloaded U of M basketball schedule.
It is. That'll
Yeah.
get them ready for tournament time.
You hope.
Yeah.
They
for
are
sure.
the betting favorite to win the NCAA.
I see that. Yeah, I see they still
though they-
are.
yeah.
Even with that loss they took, a couple of weeks ago there, they still like it. They'd hardly move the line, I think. They still, a lot of people obviously believe in this team. And with these games coming up here the next week or so, we're going to find out. And then as JC pointed out, that backloaded schedule, we're going to find out a whole lot about what's going on. So, James Cook coming up here. Going to talk a little bit of high school sports around northern Michigan. It will involve snow shoveling.
James, hold on. It is time for the Sarah Automotive High School Scoreboard Show, Sportscape Show, brought to us by Sarah Automotive of Kalkaska and Gaylord. They have Ford, unbelievable lease deals right now on Ford F-150s and great used cars. You know what the most important thing, Rich, that I want to point out, they have Sarah Automotive was built. those dealerships, it's one of the biggest dealership groups in America, based on service. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to keep your car running a little bit longer so you don't have to up into a bigger car payment, contact your service department at Sarah Automotive. James, how's the have you been outside cleaning the road today or yesterday?
I went outside yesterday. I actually found a basketball game that was still being played.
Wow.
And drove down to Mesick.
Oh, me, okay.
And they're playing again tonight, supposedly too, at McBean NMC. So, but if you're planning on going out to a game tonight, I would make sure that game is not canceled beforehand, because there's already been a few postponed. Mayo and Beale City boys have canceled their games.
Yes.
Already. Roscommon, Everett girls have been canceled already, and the big wrestling meet at Gaylord, the JV portion of the Northern Michigan Championships at Gaylord is canceled today. The varsity's still on for tomorrow.
Okay.
And the Peppy Town Slalom in Traverse City has been postponed as well. That's actually a pretty cool little event where they have the 3 TC schools come to Hickory Hills and just do slalom only, not giant slalom at Hickory Hills against each other. So it's the 3 TC schools competing against each other. So
no, that's
been delayed too, even.
Okay, yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, because I was telling JC before we went back on the air here last night, Traverse City West was hosting Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie, the team, made it all the way across the bridge down to Petoskey, but because of whiteout conditions and closing of roads, and they turned around and went back to the Sioux and said, nope, we can't do this. So that game.
Yeah. Kalkaska started. They were playing Elk Rapids last night, and Kalkaska kind of had the same thing. Their bus started out from Kalkaska, and then they turned around and said, "Nope, we're not going to make it there."
Yeah. When I heard that game was canceled, I mean, I was driving out of Traverse City, and it was no fun driving, and it wasn't even dark yet. So
yeah. We are hoping for some games, though, tomorrow at the Jeff McDonald Memorial, and that is going to be the hot match, the Saab hot matchup of the week, brought to you by Saab, trust, drive, and expertise in Northern Michigan. I'm going with that 12 noon tip-off, James, of Elk Rapids at 9-2, taking on the 11-1 Ludington Orioles. So that one should be a good one.
That should be a good matchup. Elk Rapids has got a pretty nice, deep team. They can run with some teams because they've just got a pretty good number of good players that they can roll out there.
Yeah, no doubt. And Ludington's had some good teams the last few years. And looking forward to that matchup tomorrow. Traverse City West will be playing at the 4 o'clock tip-off against Paw Paw, 8-4 Paw Paw.
Okay, yep. And then Petoskey plays the game in between, and then Cadillac plays the late game, the 6 o'clock game against Sparta.
Yeah.
Sparta.
We are Sparta. Yeah, well, good. Yeah, like you said, James, if you plan on going to watch a game tonight, you better call ahead because almost every school in Northern Michigan was shut down today.
Yeah, pretty much all the Traverse City schools were closed. Mesick was closing today. I know Elk Rapids closed today. Most of them. I'm gonna assume. I was looking through the postponements on the MHSAA site, and it's like all the UP teams have canceled their games for tonight.
Yeah,
those cowards!
The ones haven't yet, but all the UP ones have. So I'm imagining that they got hit with a lot of snow yesterday.
Put a pasty in your pocket and start shoveling. Come on,
put a pasty in the pocket. 35 below in Marquette. So I don't know what.
Yeah. I don't think the bad stuff's going to be here for a while.
That's right.
Hey, one thing I did want to mention that has taken place this week on the hard court, Mia McGregor continues to set records. The junior guard from Mayo, she scored her 2,000th point on Monday night. Remember, she's just a junior.
Yeah, that's great.
So that is pretty. She's already the 2-time Division IV Player of the Year. You can expect probably a third one. But she's hoping to break the scoring record of 3,034 points that is held by Jasmine Hines, the former Michigan State Spartan who played at Central Lake.
Central Lake, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Jasmine was a force to reckon with.
Oh, she was.
She was like 6'2", 6'3".
Yes,
and
strong.
Playing Division IV, nobody had a matchup for her. She could pretty much just bully her way to the basket.
She did.
Maya is only like 5'9". In comparison.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Only
yeah.
5'9".
Only. Yeah.
But man, she is a really good shooter and really good scorer, and like I said, I've seen teams guard her with 3 players.
Yeah. Yeah.
And her still score over 30.
Yeah. That Monday night's game, she had 50 points and 28 rebounds. That's filling up the stat line.
Yeah, and she gets every junk defense in the world thrown at her.
Oh yeah.
Teams playing. Like I said, Gaylord St. Mary guarded her with 3 players and then just guarded the other 4 players with 2.
Yeah, I love it.
Guys, I don't know if you saw this story talking about scoring points in a basketball game. Adrian Stubbs, a senior at Phoenix Maryville High School, made history on January 13th by scoring 100 points in a single basketball game versus Yuma Kaffa High School. The game 109-25. The Arizona State record was 75 points up until that point, and Stubbs scored 70 of the 100 in the first half.
Yeah, that's.
Did they tell him passing as an option?
I think he had 2 assists. That is a record break. That's more points than I scored in high school.
Yeah.
And I was considered a pretty decent basketball player.
And that was against Yuma?
Yeah.
Yuma High School, they have one of the weird mascots in the whole country.
Is that right?
Yuma High School, their mascot is the Criminals.
You got to be kidding me.
No, look it up. Look it up. It's one of the
funny.
He scored 100 points, including just 6 3-pointers. And he's a 5'10" guard.
Whoa.
So just there you go. I thought you'd find that interesting.
Yeah. That is. Yeah, for sure.
They had him show that he was holding up the Wilt Chamberlain
Yeah,
picture.
yep.
Points, not women. So yeah, there's that.
So James, are you planning on going anywhere tonight for a game, or are you going to shovel?
He just said no.
Oh, he did. I didn't know if you were.
I'm actually right after this, we're getting in the car, and this is a weekend that we had planned to visit my wife's parents or my wife's family in Wisconsin. So yeah, we're driving 8 hours in this today.
Wow.
So you're going to drive up through the UP?
No, we're going to go through Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Take the Badger. Oh, that's right.
The Badger's closed.
The Badger's closed.
It is, yeah. They are getting pretty good lake effect snow down by Holland around the lake here. My wife had spent the night there, and then she's on her way to Chicago for a clothing show here. So anyway, they're getting a lot of lake effect down around that area too, James, just to let you know.
Yeah, we just didn't want to get stranded on US 2 somewhere.
No, that's for sure.
I would suggest driving to Kalamazoo, taking the train to Chicago, and renting a car. But
that's that's an option. Leave the driving to the conductor.
That's right. The train is not stalled by snow.
That's right. Yeah. So you will not be there tomorrow down in Cadillac.
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Another thing that's going on tomorrow, though, is Traverse City West is playing Traverse City Central in hockey at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unusual for them to play on a Saturday. They almost always play on Wednesdays.
Yep.
Okay.
And the reason for that was that they were going to try to play this game outdoors at Thurlby Field. They were going to try to flood Thurlby Field and play a Winter Classic style game, but that didn't work out. So they just
because it hasn't been cold enough.
Yeah.
And I think the plans for it fizzled out like months ago.
Yeah, because
they're going to try to do it again next year.
There's a lot of work involved in making a rink.
It's not that. They did not anticipate how much it was going to cost to actually put the rink together and everything else, and so they had to find. I know a little bit about this story, James, and they had to. They didn't get enough support, so they need to find a couple of sponsors to get it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they're like going, how much can that cost? It's only a couple of $1,000.
But it's labor intensive to get the rink the right way and do all that, and especially if you're just going to use it for 1 or 2 games, and you're very weather dependent.
It's a fantastic idea.
Oh, it is. Well, if you've ever been to the pond,
they do it in the
the
pond
pond
hockey
tournament in St. Ignace, there, it's one of the coolest things you'll ever see.
Marquette usually plays 1 or 2 games outdoors. Their hockey program.
Okay.
They play teams from Wisconsin on outdoors.
Pond hockey is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, TC Central and TC West did play an outdoor game like 15 years ago or so.
Really?
Yeah, they were part of the Winter Classic, so they played a game at Comerica Park.
Oh, very cool. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's,
years and years and years ago.
That's outstanding. I mean, if they actually supposed to play that game this Saturday, that might have been a little bit too cold for you know, like you're in the locker rooms.
The ideal is that it's really cold with no snow, though, because, again, the constant shoveling. You got to kind of just.
What would the fandom be like at Thurlby Field at 12 below?
Right.
I mean, come on.
The wind blowing and just. Oh, yeah.
The press box isn't heated, is it, James?
I don't know. I think there might be some heaters in there.
Yeah, I think
I'm
there
not
are.
positive, but there's an occupancy limit of like, I don't know, 60 or so people in there.
That would have been the attendance.
Oh, it'll be stress loaded for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Well, safe travels to you, James.
Yeah, no doubt, bud.
Sounds good.
Where in Wisconsin?
Sheboygan.
Oh, okay.
The other Sheboygan, different spelling.
Sheboygan,
Sheboygan.
S-Sheboygan.
S-H.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, too bad the water parks are still open. So you can. What's the name of that area where you go through?
They have Six Flags.
No, not Six Flags. No, there's a whole county in Wisconsin, like halfway between Milwaukee and Madison, that is, like got 6 or 7 different water parks.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Wolf Lodge, Great Wolf Lodge.
Right. Okay.
There's like a whole bunch of them. So.
Okay.
So you could do that.
Good.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
It's time for an Up North Sports Weather Report. For a complete Doppler 9 and 10 weather forecast, go to upnorthsportsradio.com.
Can I interest you in any of the, I think it's the American Express Open in Hawaii, the golf?
Can you interest me in it?
Yeah, we're going to watch any of that over the weekend?
I've not. I probably will not, no.
Okay.
Admittedly. Should I? Is there something going on that I need to be aware of?
It's a PGA Tour event. Scotty Scheffler's competing and had a heck of a score yesterday in the opening round. Chipped one in. And
okay.
I just, watching Hawaii right now is I don't know if it's cruel or if it's soothing.
For you to see warmer temperature?
Yeah. Waves crashing.